guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and I am the coffee addicted reader. I've got my coffee and today we're going to talk about books. More specifically, the books that I think will be 5 stars. So I've seen these videos around on YouTube for a bit, right? The 5-star predictions. Little bit nervous to do it. I kind of wasn't sure whether I was going to, but you know what? I'm going to jump in and do it, okay? So from what I can gather, it's basically where I will be listing the books that I want to read this year that I think will be 5 stars, okay? Now it's whether the premise sounds so good that how could it ever be bad, or it's by an author that has never let me down before, whatever it is. But I do have a few books listed. There's quite a few books listed for this video. So these are the books that I'm hopefully going to get to this year, and hopefully they will be 5 stars. If not, 5-star plus or something like that. Hopefully no less than 5 stars. All right, because yeah, just hoping. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So some of these books I've mentioned in previous videos, but I'm going to be mentioning them again today, okay? Around this time, a lot of the books that I'm going to be mentioning in videos are going to be very repetitive because it's like New Year and talking about the books that I want to read, books that I love, and all those things, right? So we're just going to jump into it. We're going to just do what we need to do. And the first book is The Wrong Game by Candy Steiner. Wow, I stumped that one. The Wrong Game by Candy Steiner. I don't know much about this series. I don't know much about this book. I know that there's a second book, The Right Player. It's a series of standalones or a duology or something like that. Again, don't know much about it, but I want to jump into it because I've liked what I've read by Candy Steiner previously. I've read her Becker Brothers books. Most of them I've read. Haven't read many of her other books, but they are definitely on my list of books that I am going to read. So yes, but yeah, I haven't really read a lot of negative reviews by Candy Steiner readers. So I'm hoping that this book won't be less than 5 stars. Fingers crossed. The next book is by Megan Quinn. Now I don't think I've ever really put a Megan Quinn book below 5 stars. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to start now. So this book is by Megan Quinn. It is basically about a girl that ends up being stuck in a cabin or in a house with a bunch of guys. And that's basically what I know about it. I don't know a lot about this book, but it looks really funny. My auntie has read this book and she loved it. She was raving about it. So yeah, it's definitely going to be on my list, and I definitely think that it would more than likely be 5 stars. So we'll see. The next few that I'm going to mention are going to be new releases. They're going to be released in January and February, around those lines. So again, I haven't really read them, but I have spoken about them in previous videos in the books that I want to read in 2022. So if you want to hear more about that, I don't really go into it too much, but if you want to hear more about it, then you can go and check out that video. If not, then you can stay here and continue watching this video. Either way. But the next book is Scarred by Emily McIntyre, which is book 2 in her Never After series. It's focusing around villains and fairy tales. It's a modern day story inspired by fairy tales. This book is focused around the story of the Lion King, because scarred, scar, you get it. I won't say anything more than that because I haven't read it yet and I don't really want to give you wrong information. But when I read the book, I will definitely be doing a review of it because it sounds so good and I'm super excited. The next book is Oceans of Us by Vanessa Louisa. Now this book is a age gap romance focused around a girl who falls for her dad's best friend, which definitely intrigues me. I'm just like, okay, this looks good. I'm loving it. I'm on board. Let's do this. So a lot of age gap romances. I have yet to read an age gap romance that I didn't love. So yeah, and I'm hoping not to start now. I'm hoping. So I do believe that this book will more than likely be a 5 stars. I'm hoping, or at least that's what I'm hoping with a lot of these books. That's why they're on the list. So the next book is Lawsuit and Leather by Vivian May. Now this story centers around a love triangle with a girl as the focus. She has a guy who is a friend. Like, I think it's I don't know if they're childhood best friends or anything like that, but they're friends, and she likes him more than what she thinks he like. She thinks that it's one-sided. Let's just say that. She thinks that's one-sided, and so this other guy comes in and kind of turns her head. But I have a feeling that the friend is probably not going to like that very much, and he's probably gonna make himself a contender as well for her heart. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes and who she's gonna pick. Like, I kind of already have an idea, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be surprised. Who knows? The next book is by Elle Kennedy, and it is The Dare. So I've read a lot of her off-campus series and Briar U series books. I haven't read this one though yet. I haven't disliked any of the books. Don't think I'll start now, but who knows? I don't know much about this book at all. I really don't. But like a lot of the books that I like, I'm just going to go into it blind and see how I go with that. I don't even know who this book is centered around. I should probably have a look at that. But again, I kind of want to go into it blind and see how I go. And the last 3 books is a series. It's a trilogy. And it's Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron, and Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare. Now, I already know I'm probably going to have this be 5 stars because every single one of her books, I don't think there's any one of Cassandra Clare's books that I haven't loved. They've pulled at my heartstrings. It's been a wild ride, every single series I've read of hers. And, they're all going to be 5 stars. I think that very much so. Yes, it has to be because, like, oh my God, I'm just so excited. I really just want to read it, but I have to wait for the last book to come out before I read them. Last book comes out in November 2022. So yeah, I really want to read it. But I'm looking forward to pretty much catching up with this video at the end of the year and seeing if I've read the books. If I've read the books and if they actually ended up being 5 stars or not. And if not, then why? So yeah, at least I don't know if that's how these videos usually go. I'm assuming, and if not, then I'll either fix it later or I will just leave it as is and just go with it because yeah, I'm not a professional YouTuber, so I don't really need to worry about anything like that. I'm doing this for fun. This is just a space where I can just, talk about books and have fun doing it and drink my coffee. And if you guys want to talk with me, you can feel free to talk with me in the comments because I always welcome comments. Just know that if you're going to say something negative, I'll probably ignore you. Or not negative, but more insulting. And that's it. Those are my 5-star predictions for 2022. Let's see how it turns out at the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to look back on this video and cringe and just hate myself, or if I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I guess we will see. If you've read any of these books, let me know down below if you rated them a 5 stars or not. But don't spoil me. Don't tell me if anyone dies in a book or if anything happens like that. Just please don't. I beg of you. Just don't. But yeah, let me know if you liked it, or what book you liked, or anything like that. If there's a book that you hated, I'm open to hearing if you hated it, but I'm also going to be kind of nervous going into the book if you do. So do what you want there. Do what you want. It's all good. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe so that way you don't miss any future videos. Drink lots of coffee, read lots of books, and have a fantastic day. Bye.